The 2017 tax cuts were fucking atrocious. They were awful. They were completely ridiculous. And it should not have happened, and yet it happened for no fucking reason whatsoever. And the worst part about it is all of the tax cuts that were proposed for like the working poor and middle class, working class Americans, they've already sunsetted. The only real tax cuts that were fucking permanent, and you might have guessed it, is ones that were given to the wealthy and corporations. That's right. Thanks, Donald Trump.
Okay. Great. Again.
Our founding fathers never, ever anticipated a swamp like the one we have today. Like this guy, Steve Schwartzman, who's made over $400 million in 1 year. And percentage-wise, well, guess what? His tax bracket is actually lower than a New York City cop. How do you like that? And it's because he calls his income investment. The president promised to fix this, remember?
We will eliminate the carried interest deduction and other special interest loopholes that have been so good for Wall Street investors and for people like me.
But neither the House nor the Senate ever bothered to address this.
I love this version of American democracy where we have to literally beg our representatives not to vote on things that will kill us each week, and then they go ahead and do it anyway, and then they brag about it after. I love it almost as much as I love plugging my Instagram, which you should follow. Follow my Instagram at Hasanabi.
The individual mandate is being repealed. That means Obamacare is being repealed.
Yeah, if you didn't know that Obamacare was being repealed because of this tax reform, it means that you haven't been watching my videos, but it also was deliberate. They deliberately snuck that in. Here's Trump gloating about crippling the American healthcare system.
We didn't want to bring it up. I told people specifically, be quiet with the fake news media because I don't want them talking too much about it.
It really instills confidence in the people who still want to believe that we live in a representative democracy when you brag about how you slipped in a provision that will take away healthcare from 13 million Americans. You bragged about it like you brag about grabbing pussies, especially after months of people fighting to stop you from doing just that, especially after you personally promised you wouldn't do that
This wasn't what I was talking about.
Save Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security without cuts. Have to do it.
But now we have spineless Paul Ryan drooling with ecstasy on morning talk shows discussing how he'll take away more of the already underfunded social programs from poor children and their families.
We have to address entitlements, otherwise we can't really get our handle on our future debt.
Here's a thought on how to get a handle on our future debt. Just don't cut taxes for the wealthy and corporations by $4.6 trillion. I think that's a good place to start.
There's two things you need to do to get the debt under control so that our kids and our grandkids get a debt-free nation. Number one, grow the economy.
The only future that Paul Ryan dreams about for our grandchildren is one where they have to be slaves in Amazon factories strapped to robot cyborgs that literally punish them if they are not as efficient as possible and calls them welfare queens. Go on, Paul. How will these tax cuts grow the economy exactly?
Workers benefit, wages go up, more jobs occur.
Here's another Paul Ryan pipe dream, is thinking that these companies that are already showing record high profits will all of a sudden not exploit labor when given bigger tax cuts. And since they have the most anarcho-capitalist administration in modern times, CEOs don't even feel the need to lie about it. And look, you might be thinking, oh, Hasan, you're wearing an anti-fascist t-shirt, you're a libtard cuck. Well, don't ask me. Look, here's a room full of CEOs literally telling you the truth.
If the tax reform bill goes through, do you plan to increase investment? Just a show of hands.
Why aren't the other hands up?
Why aren't the other hands up? We're gonna melt all the poor people for job creation, of course. All you MAGA dinguses who thought this administration had your best interests at heart because they let you get away with Nazi LARPing, well, joke's on you, okay? Enjoy the financial equivalent of that meaningless benefit in the form of saving $5 on your federal taxes, or in many instances, just like Sig Heiling in public will still get you punched in the face on LiveLeak, after these cuts, you'll actually still end up paying more in taxes. But sleep well in your crusty MAGA embroidered clan sheet, knowing that this tax reform was crafted to only benefit people like this guy.
My father said to me, Wyatt, you can do whatever you want to in life.
Because we're billionaires, son, with a fucking B. That's why I became a sailboat enthusiast. And that's why you can become, I don't know what the fuck to call Wyatt, so I'll just let him explain. He makes these epilepsy-inducing vomit shit-stained shirts for...
I want my shirts to be able to be worn in the boardroom or in a discoteca or a nightclub or on a yacht.
This discoteca enthusiast, Wyatt Koch, is going to get every penny trickling down from his grandfather because he's a job creator. Wyatt is the ultimate failson of the lesser known and also fucked up Koch brother, Bill Koch. Now, all three of the Koch brothers initially made their money the old-fashioned way, by being born with a shitload of it. But now they make money by selling you these products and by drilling oil, and they're basically famous for destroying our economy and political process by bankrolling almost every conservative organization out there. But back to Wyatt, who made fashion his passion. He'll get every penny as long as Bill Koch
Hassan, you bought some of these shirts, be real? I didn't, but they sent it in my P.O. box. I've worn it before.
dies after 2024 because this tax bill will abolish the estate tax by then. And to make up for those trillions of dollars that will be going in debt, Republicans made provisions that will raise healthcare premiums so the couple $100 poor households might save on these taxes each year, before they go up again in 10 years that is, will be meaningless. But be happy knowing that in 10 years, people making over $1 million annually will be saving a whopping $5.8 billion in taxes, while you will be paying $5.3 billion more in taxes to make up for that. These tax cuts are what every member of the Republican Party dreams about. They love pleasuring the rich as much as they can and fucking the poor, so wake the fuck up. Get involved and get active. Make them all pay, because we have officially entered what historians will refer to as the pre-guillotine period in American history. Do your part. Share this video. Join the activists. Vote those fucking conservatives out of Congress. I'm Hasan.
You look like a Fenerbahce player. Thanks, man. I'm so tired. You have a lot of frecklies. I don't know what was up with the weird like exposure on this one.